for each map, the way I'm describing this title of the video is just picture a map that you love in any game. So if we look back to Black Ops, no, not Black Ops, so we looked at World at War, what's the first zombies map that comes to your mind? Mine will be either Nacht or Der Riese, because Nacht der Toten was the first map that started the whole thing. But also Der Riese was the one map that integrated so much by introducing us to Pack-a-Punch, a good proper wonder weapon, which was the Wunderwaffe, which was, you know, sort of introduced to Shinonuma, but was brought back better because of the Pack-a-Punch, and same thing as Shinonuma, that we get more of our new our Ultimus characters. And then we move on to Black Ops 1. From Black Ops 1, the one zombies map that everybody is gonna say is Kino der Toten, just because the map layout was very good, the replay factor was insane. Like any time anybody dies, we'll just go back and start a new game. Kino was such a fun map that everybody would always pick. I don't know, like out of the whole maps in Black Ops 1, if I have all the maps in Black Ops 1, I will still play Kino, just because it's fun and it's simple and it's not complicated at all. And that's why everybody seems to like about it. The Thundergun was one of the best wonder weapons ever, and it still is to this day. But moving on from Black Ops 2, Black Ops 2, it didn't have too many good maps, or it didn't, that's not what I meant to say. Black Ops 2 did have some good maps, and it had bad maps, but the one map that everybody will pick was Origins, or Mob of the Dead. But for me, I want to say, personally for me, just Origins sticks out the most for Black Ops 2. I think Black Ops 2 represents Origins the most, because there's such little things that perfects everything of the map, like getting the gold helmet, getting a golden shovel, or finding like extra bottles for perks and all that. Origins always have little factors that makes the map great, and that's why I like about it. And I feel like that's what's the best map that represents Black Ops 2. But besides Mob of the Dead, Mob of the Dead is also a great map as well. It shares some sort of a good factor that it has of the type of feel it has in the map. Sorry if I don't make any sense, but I don't know. It just feels very what I'm saying. And when we move on to Black Ops 3, it's either the eisendrache or Grow that stands out to me. Just because the Ryzen is just like another version of Origins, but I feel like it's sort of better in its own way or elements. And now when we get to Grow, a Russian map that has freaking dragons going around burning stuff, and we have some sort of like a Russian version of the Panzer, but it's better. And now we get a new version of a Mark III of a ray gun to keep the whole trilogy. Black Ops 4 has a ray gun Mark IV. I'm gonna be done with that game. that's a promise right there. But for Grow to stand out as not only to being the map that we need to kill Nikolai to receive its soul, I just don't know. It took exactly the previous games of connecting the three things to get to Pack-a-Punch, much so like Ascension, and you had to go through like some sort of like a lockdown procedure to get Dragon Strikes. It's just same thing with Origins. It adds little things that makes the map so great. And now when we get to Black Ops 4, I feel like the only map, well, not only, but I feel like the only map that stands out is just 9. Besides Classified and 9 have their own ways, but 9 is just such a perfect map. Like, it has to be the best map that represents Black Ops 4. What I mean by that, like, representing, it's just like, whenever, like, you play through all the maps, and, like, you know, there's always the one map that you feel it's better than the other ones. It's like the one map that you play more than the other maps. It's the one map that you spend more on with other maps. That's what I mean. But each of these maps and why I'm putting them in the position that they're in. But yeah, 9, I feel like what I said earlier, but I feel like the rest of the maps don't need to be released. It's just I feel like 9 is the perfect map, and like the map that represents Black Ops 4, because it's perfect how it is. The map, the lay style, and every little thing it has, getting the whole procedure, getting pack punch, everything in that map makes perfectly sense, and that's why it's good. Tell me what you guys think about, and down in the comments. I can barely talk right now. But yeah, what is like the one map in each game, in each treyarch game, that stands out to you? Going from World at War to Black Ops 4, which map stands out for you? But for me, it's always going to be Nacht or Toten, Kino, Orgins. For me personally, Gorod Horizon, but I like Horizon more. M9, I feel like those maps are like the best maps that stands out for each treyarch game. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.